Hello my crafty friends, it's Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations, and I am bringing you my Thursday card for the Till Death Do Us Craft series. So I am new to the Magic Iris die, so I am putting this together. You cut out these sausage pieces and rings. There are plenty of videos to watch how to do it, so I wouldn't use mine as necessarily a process video. And now I'm putting some glue dots because the die etches in an X where you need to, or a plus sign where you need to put your glue dots, and you need to use glue dots so that your parts will move. So I'm just going to line these up and add another one of the solid rings to the top of this. Just trying to hold them together. I've seen a lot of people use washi tape to hold them together while you're trying to do this process, which makes it a little bit easier. So then I'm going to flip it over, and the die marks where you need to put your adhesive and these little tabs that are going to hold the mechanism together. So I'm just adhering those with some of my tape runner. And there's a groove in it, so it meets right up to that circle, so you can't screw it up. And then you flip it over and put one of the little tabs straight down, facing you. And then I'm putting this just on some white paper so it was easier for you guys to see, because on my glass media mat, which is black, and this black paper, I was having a hard time seeing what I was doing. So I'm putting some double-sided adhesive on the back of the handle, which will move the mechanism. And you adhere that right up next to this little tab that's sticking out facing me. So it's going to make a little V-shaped so that you can kind of get your placement correct of where that goes, because you don't want it to be too far away. So you're going to adhere that down, put down another circle. This is a step I seem to like to forget and then put it together and then can't figure out why this thing won't work. So important, make sure you have all your rings. And then you want to fold these over, not too tightly. They don't go all the way to the middle, so don't try to force them to. And then just checking to make sure it works. Closes and opens all the way. And there we go. So I'm going to make this into a shaker card. So I'm going to adhere onto the tabs on the back, just some adhesive to just the tabs. Because if I adhered it to everything, then the whole thing wouldn't move. And then I'm going to adhere a full circle because I wanted to have the entire surface area to adhere my acetate. So then I'm going to take my tape runner and run it along the edge of this and put down my acetate piece. I have to say I was quite excited when this card came together because it's fabulous. And again, I'm going to check to make sure that I didn't screw up the iris working. And then off screen, I have stamped and colored from the Create and Inkspire September card kit, the pumpkin, and I'm going to adhere that to the front of the acetate. And then I'm going to flip it over. Again, of course, checking to make sure that the iris still works. Flip it over, and I'm going to put my foam tape around this entire ring. And so then in the Create and Inkspire September kit came a shaker mix, which is from, I think, Trinity Stamps. And so I'm going to use that. It has pumpkins and some clear sequins, some bats, some spiders, a whole mix. So I'm going to fuss with those because they're very staticky and like to cling to me and not let go of my finger, to get those in the center here. And then to trap them all in there, I've got another piece of acetate cut into a circle that I will adhere over it so that I can hold all of that in. So we're just, and look, you get quite a lot in this bag of sequin mix. There's, like I said, all sorts of different things, and I'm mainly wanting the pumpkins to go along with the pumpkin that I'd put on the front, and then a lot of the clear bits. And then there's a smaller bat and a few spiders that I put in there. But like I said, then I'm going to get them trapped down. So the Till Death Do Us Craft, if you haven't followed along all month, is a series that we're doing each day. One of the creators is responsible for posting. They may be on Instagram, their blog, or YouTube. So definitely, if you search for the hashtag Till Death Do Us Craft, which will be in the description box and likely the title of this video, you'll be able to see every day who is posting. And it's an awesome series. Everybody's doing, you know, different projects, so it's great to watch what everybody's working on. So now that I have my acetate piece trapping those little bits, I'm going to pick this up and move this to the side so that I don't knock it everywhere, because that is something that I would do. And giving it a shake, make sure the iris works. And then I am using just my tape runner, and I'm adhering there's an arrow for the tab to show you which direction to move it in. So I'm doing that in black, and then I cut out an additional tab out of orange because it cuts out that arrow. So I just wanted it to pop with a little bit of color. So I'm just getting that in there and using my finger to dab up the excess glue because I put too much in there. And then the pattern paper came in the Create and Inkspire kit. So I have trimmed that down a little bit so that it's a little bit smaller than my A2 size card. And I'm going to adhere that to the front panel. Crook it, of course, at first, and then peel it up in time, and then get it back down. And then I have stamped the sentiment, which is from the stamp set from the Create and Inkspire September card kit. And I'm just going to adhere this down with some of my tape runner to the bottom. And then I'm going to adhere this to the panel, which I had to hold for a little bit because it is kind of a slick paper. So I'm going to adhere that down, and I'm also going to adhere that final ring you can see in the upper right hand corner. That's just to make sure that the whole thing has a finished look, because you can see those tabs that I put over. So in order to give that a finished look, I'm going to adhere with my art glitter glue that last little ring so that you can make it nice and neat. I had a great time making this card. There were some frustrations when I first got started because like I said, I'm new with the Magic Iris, but definitely give this a try and check out Everyone Every Day in this Till Death Do Us Craft series that we're doing. And as always, I hope that you have a great day.